It's a podcast called I Choose You. Ben, Evan, Jeremy, Andy, and you. Let the cooking begin. I choose you.
Hello, and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zelek. I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group. Joining me this week, as always, is...
your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the Bear Grylls of the show.
Oh,
Ooh.
this Bear Grylls.
Evan Aubrey.
Woo!
What's up, Internet?
And welcome to special edition
Oh,
LaCroix Boys. I'll have a medium, where I, Ian Davis, guess what everyone is drinking this week.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Medium
good
like
luck.
this in.
Wow, this
Well,
is kind of like a
Ian-
mix-up.
Ian, I'm guessing you're drinking a lime LaCroix.
You would guess correctly because I'm holding it right in front of the camera.
Yeah, but sometimes the Funky Kong holding a LaCroix behind you envelops the can that you're
That's true.
holding.
That's true. He gets a sip too.
Okay.
All right. All right, let me rub some temples here.
Uh-huh.
Jeremy, you're drinking a watermelon sandia cider.
You know it because it's all I had in my house.
Um,
whoa.
Evan, you're drinking some sort of alcoholic seltzer.
Not quite. Currently I have no drink, but before this I was drinking a pulp IPA, so it was like very juicy.
Hmm.
Okay.
Interesting. Oh, I thought I saw you open a can of something. Did I just hallucinate that?
Apparently.
Waved his fingers magically in front of the camera.
Ben, you're drinking like I love smoking weed on the moon, riding on a magic carpet, 420 6969 XXX double decker stout.
What a great username.
Yeah, that is my username, actually.
Yep.
You're not far. It's called a Brute Wurge West Hazy IPA, and it has this really cool... Picnic Lightning has this very cool, like, 8-bit video game design of this, like, weird rabbit thing.
Oh.
Uh-huh. It has a skeleton on it.
Yeah.
You're not far off.
Not
Yeah.
far off.
That does sound like something I'd drink
It would
and
be.
enjoy.
Mm.
I'm calling this one a 3 for 3.
Yeah, you got it all right. Even though
Tune
Evan
in
didn't
next
have
time as Ian
Yes.
correctly guesses our drinks again.
let me propose a name for this segment: Car Snack instead of Carnac.
Hmm.
Explain.
We'll workshop it.
I
yeah.
kind of like, I'll have a medium. That's nice, you know?
But LaCroix doesn't come in a medium size.
Did you come in? If you can work in like tall boy into the.
The thing that it kind of reminds me of is like when you go to like a fast food store with like your friends and you'd like, go
Ben,
up to the
hold on.
soda
You
fountain.
just said fast food store. Is it like
Oh my God.
some sort of fucking like IKEA that you enter and you get the meatballs from there?
God forbid you ever switch up one goddamn word around. Jeremy
Yeah.
Seelig.
He's on it all the
Stupid.
time.
You go to a fast food restaurant with your
interesting.
friends. And you like, go up to the soda fountain and you like, after you've had your drink, you like start sampling the other ones, and then you kind of like do like a blind taste test with your friends to see if they
suicide.
can get it. Yeah.
Speaking of funny switch up words for like naming establishment,
Uh-huh.
I drove
The old word whoopsie doozy.
Yeah, I was in Tucson these last few days, and I passed a supermarket called Food City,
Mhm.
and I thought isn't City just the best fucking like naming convention for any like funeral city?
Oh my God.
Circuit
Rack
City.
City.
Yes.
Rack City, bitch.
I mean, Circuit City. They went out of business, but
Circuit
did.
City.
for a while they had a thing going on.
If you think about it, like there's a lot of circuits in that city.
Yes.
You'd go to that city to get if they specialized in circuits.
Or
Were
if
they-
I wanted to get a complete season 2 of Chuck on DVD, I'd go to Circuit City.
Where Circuit City failed, and I will succeed, is they were too specific. Circuit City, it needs to be like electronics city or television set city.
Is this also why Radio Shack failed? They simply existed in a shack and instead of an entire municipality.
Yeah.
Just
Why-
hold radios.
Why would you limit yourself to some like moon door shit shack when they could have been the bustling metropolis
For radios.
for radio?
Yes. Okay, So Ian, anything, any food-related items in Tucson, Arizona that you want to highlight from your trip there?
No.
Okay.
I'll take this opportunity to shout out La Choza in Santa Fe. I went there with one Jeremy Zielik, and Asia was there as well, and we had
Always
some
a good
great.
time.
We had some good margs. We got some good stuffed sopapillas.
Nice.
I talked to tourists. They seem pretty excited. They had a.
They were very excited to talk
They
to
had
you.
a child German Shepherd dog with them. It wasn't like, I wouldn't call it a full like baby, but it was still young. It was probably like 8 to 12 months old kind of situation. And the waitress kept going, "You're my favorite customer," and then gave the dog a bowl of chicken to eat. So,
A whole bowl of chicken?
yes,
A whole
Wow.
chicken.
yes, a whole chicken.
What a spoiled dog.
Yeah, but it was a pretty cute dog. So you can't. And they were on the patio. So I usually, when people bring their dogs into restaurants regularly, I get a little judgy because that dog is in a restaurant. It probably shouldn't be in a restaurant, but on the patio, I'll let it slide. My hot take. Yeah. Okay. Well, Ian, Tucson gets a thumbs down on the food front, I hear.
Oh no, it was great. I went to like an Indian place that was inside of a shipping container. It was called Spice Country. Is that Is that anything?
Yeah.
Whoa.
A whole country of spices.
Spice
That's even
country.
bigger than a food city.
Food was 10 out of 10, but like the dude was clearly like on his first day of the job.
Oof,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
And it literally like it was probably like a 30-minute wait for a to-go order. I was like, "You're in a shipping container, bud. Like,
You should be shipping my food to me,
right into
to my
mouth,
stomach."
fast." Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you feel about saguaro cactus?
Most excellent. Hot. It was hot. Oh, yeah. It was hot. Also, don't drink like a huge coffee before you commit to like the giant like 45-minute one-way drive through the forest of saguaro.
Oh, yeah.
That was like
Did
Bad
you need to
idea.
pee?
it was bad news bears.
Well, so did you need to take a dump, or did you need to like piss in a cactus?
I was hoping I wouldn't have to disclose this to hundreds of people,
Yeah, Jeremy.
but I did have to like just. There was a mud pie.
Oh, God.
All right, that is
You
rough.
asked
I will
for
say
it,
that.
Zielik.
That is rough. Did you see? Yeah, especially in a cactus field.
Exactly. I was like, I'm not going to like desecrate this very delicate ecosystem. So I did break the speed limit to get through this loop as fast as possible.
You did break the sound barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went Mach 5 down this national park road
I
to get back to the toilets.
I was like, how like fucking like deploy, and then the wings came out of the sides of my car. And
Yeah.
Star Screech.
Did you see any of those? Did you see any of those owls that live in the cactus? Those are fun.
I saw some woodpeckers. Saw some bunny rabbits. Saw some foxes.
Ooh, foxy.
Oh, I've never seen a fox in real life.
It was
What?
Not even at the zoo?
Well, probably at the zoo, I guess, now that I think about it, but not in the wild.
he was climbing up a giant hill, and then there must have been like a fox at the top that was just screaming at him to get the fuck out of there. Angry.
Well,
Yay.
Ian, if it makes you feel better, I can't take a dump in my own home at the moment. So,
Oh, that's a bad
Justice.
And Jeremy,
justice.
I can't tell you how well I'm gonna sleep tonight.
Knowing that.
time. Jeremy, just find someone with their sunroof open.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
I'm
no.
not going to do a Chicago
Classic.
steamer or whatever it's called.
Oh, God.
Cleveland
Well,
steamer.
this
That's what it's called.
divulged pretty quickly.
No. For the people at home, the sewage line in my apartment building broke, and I cannot use any of the drains in my apartment. I can put
Oh,
cup
that's
in
a bad
water
time.
and drink it, but I can't do anything else. It's very annoying. I hate it.
While we're talking about things that nobody, absolutely no one listening to the show wants to hear about,
Mhm.
I've been really enjoying riding my motorcycle. I went
Oh,
to tra-
Vroom,
Oh, I wanna
vroom.
hear about that.
ran some errands today. First off, I'm getting like 150 miles per gallon.
Hell yeah.
I'm living big. Second, you walk into anywhere wearing a jacket and a helmet under your arm, and suddenly you are just the most well-respected person in the place. They were just like smiles.
My man, what can I do
I-
for you, my motorcycle brother?
That's basically the interaction I had at Ace Hardware, getting some extra keys made. I
We're
walk.
like, oh, anything for you, Mr. Davis.
I pull up to Trader Joe's. First off, we all know how bad Trader Joe's parking lots are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not when
Okay.
it's dedicated motorcycle parking.
Oh, the seas
Oh.
parted ways for
Yes.
you to get to your
I
front
just-
door
I
seat, your
pull-
spot.
I pull in. What's next to me? Another Honda Menke.
Oh,
Just sitting there.
For the
So-
listeners at home, Ian lives literally right next to the Trader Joe's and could walk there in like 2 minutes.
No, this is the issue. It takes me more time to put up my gear on than it does to walk to the Trader Joe's. That's why I went to Ace Hardware. I literally sat on the couch for like a half hour, like, what other errons could I run to
Oh my
justify?
God.
but you do it for the respect.
Yes.
Exactly. Like
Wow.
I'm like checking out. I got like dinner, right? Trader Joe's and frozen goods, and the guy's like, "You need a bag?" And I kind of like just glance at the backpack on my back. I'm like, "Nah." And he's
You
like,
just put food
I'm
in your
just
backpack.
like a knowing nod. And
My
I,
man.
Well, we're going. We don't need bags.
Yes.
What?
They're like, sir, you missed out on our tote bag. And they're like, a tote bag? More like, I smote that bag, and then you put your fucking food in your backpack.
exactly.
So you've just stumbled into like a whole new world of privilege, it sounds like.
And it's fucking good to be king.
See, this might cause a rift in our
Yeah.
relationship though, because I feel like I always get so pissed when I'm trying to park, it's full parking lot, everyone's like, angry at each other, and I see, oh, what's this? A spot? No, it's a fucking motorcycle parking
Yeah,
right where I want to park.
And Ian steps off his bike. He pulls off his helmet and like flows his luscious locks.
And what's
around
that?
him and-
2 babes on each arm?
Yeah.
Exactly.
as he walks into the Trader Joe's.
Yes.
Because here's the thing, Ben. I get to park wherever the fuck I want.
Oh,
I'll double park. I'll take 2 spots.
oh my God.
You
Sidewalks
parked
just
right on
fine.
the line.
Nighttime, anytime.
Yes.
Listen, I like when there's motorcycle parking, I take it. But like if there isn't, I don't know what you want me to do. Like I'm not gonna park on the sidewalk. You know what I mean? Like I try to park at the front of the spot if that helps. Like I try to make it like known
I feel like that's worse,
there.
right? It's like the like short car situation where you're pulling up and you're like, oh, that spot's open, motherfucker.
Yeah. Mm.
So this has been stuff you don't care about.
No,
featuring-
I know people do care about. They
Hey, this
they
is
want
this
to
is
know
our
the,
show. It's okay.
the intricacies of our lives. So Ian, let's call this segment the motorcycle diaries, where you ride with like Che Guevara and plan the Cuban Revolution or whatever,
Fuck yeah.
as it were. But this is mostly a podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. Each week, we randomly select a new Pokemon to discuss who has the best recipe amongst ourselves, the best mouthfeel, the best taste, the best flavor palette, if you will. So this week's Pokemon is Archen? Archen?
Archen.
Is it Archen or Archen?
Isn't it like? Correct me if I'm wrong on the spelling. Archeon.
No, it only has
Oh,
it's
it's-
Archen.
Oh.
E-N.
You're right. It must be Archen, or
Well,
Arche-
know.
Archen, like archaeology.
right.
Yeah,
That's
that-
what I was kind of thinking too. But
I think it's Archen
Oh,
because
it's
it's
archaeology and hen.
Oh,
Archen.
Archen.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
According to the origin, is it's expired from the Pokemon, not from the Pokemon. I almost called a real animal a Pokemon. It's inspired by the dinosaur, the Archaeopteryx, which is the earliest of birds.
Hmm.
And a hen.
Yes, maybe no, but that's the extent of the
Those-
trivia I got in this one.
Does that mean that Archen always gets the worm?
The early
See,
Archen.
because it's the first bird.
The earliest of
So,
birds.
so it's the first bird to actually get worms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. By
Yeah.
evolution, it gets the worm.
Yes. Damn, that first bird must have been so fucking happy when it ate that
Yes.
first worm.
Stuffed.
Just,
Yes.
something about this just feels right.
What a fulfilling meal that I have processed. It's always one of those things where it's like, when was the first time some organism was like, ah, yeah, baby, I'm going to consume this other organism, and it's going to be the greatest thing that ever happened to my species.
Hmm.
Especially like the amount of work, like when you see the cartoons and the bird like grabs the worm and then has to stretch it like 20 feet out of the hole,
yeah.
like rest, like
Oh.
that must have been an epic dinosaur fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because prehistoric worms were also like 30 feet long kind of situation.
Yeah, it was Godzilla scale basically.
Yeah. All right. So who won last week? Was it Ian? Yes, it was
Mr.
Ian.
Davis.
So you're gonna Bear Grill us. So why don't you start us off this week?
Absolutely. I had a revelation about the fossil Pokemon. We haven't done a lot of them.
A revelation.
Yeah, sweeping the nation.
On top of all the other revelations we've had about fossil Pokemon.
Exactly. It's the perfect backpacking meal.
Okay, interesting.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
What do you, Jeremy,
Yeah.
Evan,
Yeah.
as avid
Yeah.
backpackers? Sorry, Ben, do you backpack?
I've never backpacked in my life.
That's what I thought.
Roasted.
We should plan a trip. What do you guys take to eat on a multi-day trip?
Oh, I see what you're talking about. We're getting some dehydrated food.
Yes.
Exactly.
Some
Our
mountain house.
MREs,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
meals ready to eat. So you like boil some water, you pour it in there, stir it up, and it's like it's jambalaya, and it's just like a gray mush, and you're like, it's fine, I'll live.
yeah, I mean, when you think about it, it's like, oh, well, I guess I could take this whole Pokemon, or I could just take it like its bone, pour some water on it, and it just rehydrates into.
Are you saying that the
Ian, if I
fossil
may-
Pokemon are like the sponge dinosaurs that you got, where you're like, they grow 3 times their size, and they're
This
just like,
basically continues the saga of Ian's just showing you the whole thing and calling that the recipe.
No.
no.
Oh.
I'm not gonna judge it this yet.
Thank you, Jeremy. Everyone, whoever said podcasts can't have character growth?
I mean, this podcast has had a lot of character development. I'll tell you that much. If you listen back to that first episode, hoo boy.
Oh man.
I think it's more of we've gotten better at hosting a podcast, but our characters actually have gotten worse. We've gotten more incoherent as we've gone along.
We've become worse people.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that
it's-
is character development.
Yes,
That
that
is
is
a story
true.
arc.
Trending downward.
Yeah,
We're,
well,
we're
people,
becoming the anti-heroes that we
Yes.
always despised.
at the beginning. Well, the people listen to it and they're like, they're like speaking ancient tongues that we can't comprehend.
You don't end the show a hero. Anyway, this isn't just the whole recipe, Evan. It's a component because we are going to make a. I haven't done this, but a couple of my friends who like to camp and backpack actually make their own, like from scratch, dehydrated
Ooh,
meals.
nice.
Whoa.
And so I'm going to give you a little recipe for a little backcountry Thanksgiving recipe.
Oh.
What you're going to do is, and best way to like package dehydrated meals is probably like those vacuum seal bags. You can get
Mhm.
all the air out, stays good for a long time. You can make a bunch of them for whenever you're going to go camping, and also super lightweight on the trail. Takes up no space in your bag. You're going to need 30 grams of stuffing mix, 25 grams instant potatoes, 30 grams of, well, Archen fossil,
Mhm.
35 grams dried cranberries, tablespoon of celery flakes, 2 teaspoons of gravy powder, a
Gravy.
little bit of butter powder.
Interesting.
Are you gonna make this butter powder, or are you gonna attain
No.
it from somewhere?
Probably I'm just buying it.
I think if you dehydrate it, you basically get butter powder, right?
Butter powder. I don't know. I've never done that.
Can you?
So when
How do
you
you?
rehydrate it?
Does it turn
Is
into
that butter?
butter?
Add
Do
water.
you like pour? You get like a gram of butter powder. You pour it in, and it turns into a perfect bar of butter.
Stick 'em.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is really Wonka food we're talking
Yes.
about.
So when you got this all, you vacuum seal it down, and that's it. You stick it. You could like stick them all in the freezer, and they stay good for months. You get out on the trail, you get your heating unit of choice. I am a big fan. I use a alcohol stove. You just pour a little bit of alcohol in the little cup, light it on fire, and it's nice because it burns off clean. So then like when you're done, you just have like an empty cup that you put away.
Right.
I've used the little butane lamps, whatever they're called.
It's nice too.
I'm a Jet Boil fan myself.
Okay. We got a lot of options. I'm gonna preach for a second. I like mine too because it's really lightweight. And if I ever did a longer backpacking trip, it's so easy to find. Like you can just go to like a hardware store and get ethanol or whatever. Like you're never not gonna have fuel to burn. Moving on. Pour the stuff into your metal cup. Put that on the heat source of your choice. Add water. Actually, I'm sorry, I got those steps out of place. First, boil the water.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Yeah, because wait, if you're traveling with a like Squirtle, can you just like drink their water?
Oh shit.
Good question.
Ultra pasteurized Squirtle water.
I guess you could, but don't you have to hydrate the Squirtle?
Don't they just make their own water? Like I don't.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
Like,
They just
is it like
synthesize
filtered
from
water?
the air.
Yeah. Can I like instead of like getting a Camelback, I have a Squirtle back and I stick like a tube in like the Squirtle mouth and I'm like tap my shoulder and it like puts it down my tube into my mouth.
Into the tube.
Well, that's how like Blastoise works, right? Like you grab his cannon, and if you just pull it out a little bit more, you can like kink it so it's like a straw.
I don't think Blastoise could ride on my back though. That's the big problem there.
You ride the Blastoise.
Yeah, it's a reverse Camelback.
Oh.
I'm not really hiking then. I'm just like, Pokemon, carry me.
I feel like if I was gonna go camping, I'd want a water Pokemon that's as compact as possible to like fit in my pack.
Like a Poliwag or something.
Or
well,
I guess that's what a Pokeball is for.
Yeah, exactly. I was just trying to say,
Most
Pokemon
compact.
actually are able to shrink
Yeah,
to the
that's true.
size that you want them to, and that's what makes Pokemon so special.
Yeah, that's the number one thing that makes Pokemon special is they're all Ant-Men.
Yeah, you're right. All right, pull out your Squirtle. He squirts into the cup. Boil.
And you
that.
just like squeeze it like a ketchup bottle into your cup.
Yep. Boil the water, and then once it starts to boil, take it off the heat. You add your powder mix. You just kind of mix it until it rehydrates and becomes a full meal, and enjoy.
All right.
What sort of flavor are we thinking here?
I mean, like Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
kind of
like a roasted turkey, like a
I see.
barbecue turkey, like a.
I was picturing like traditional oven roasted turkey, like Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Got it.
For sure. But I guess like, yeah.
I feel like this is so
Sounds good.
great because so much of Pokemon, as we saw in Sword and Shield, is backpacking essentially, right?
Mhm.
And I like that idea of incorporating that into like what we do here. Usually, it's all on the other end of fancy gourmet shit or like whatever puns, but this is a nice like realistic kind of aspect to it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. This mid-season, less puns. I've noticed.
Interesting.
We're not going for the cheap wins.
The cheap wins.
Ben's staying silent because I feel like there's a pun coming.
Ben, do you have a cheap win, quote unquote?
I don't. I think we're also in our Galaxy Brain era, if I'm going to be honest.
That's fair. We've evolved.
What was I going to say? Well, I just want to say that is Pokemon still, and this is true of many video games, but Pokemon is kind of one of the ultimate fantasy games for me, which is that you're like, you're fucking teenager. Your mom's like, get out of the fucking house. And then you just walk around the world for the rest of your life, going on your merry fucking way, stealing money from children. And you could pay for everything basically by stealing more money from more children. And you get to see cool places.
Yeah. And you have to prepare your outings, your little quests and whatnot.
Right.
Sometimes that involves bringing some food for your backpacking adventures.
Sometimes that means you gotta ride a motorcycle to Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
If I could do that in Pokemon, Game Freak, you're listening.
Damn, why isn't there a?
Well,
I guess
I think
Trainer
this next one-
Joe's.
Yeah.
The new legendaries, they're fucking motorcycles, motorcycles.
God, I can't wait
So-
to crank them.
Do you think it's more likely to have motorcycles or scooters in Pokemon? Because I feel like scooters is like a very Pokemon feeling move,
It is, but
Not
Yeah.
like not a standing scooter, but like a moped.
Not
Yeah.
an adult
Oh.
scooter, as
Yeah.
Jeremy would
Here's-
call it.
Like, no.
I guess I could see a case for like you go to the motorcycle store and they're like, "You helped me catch my Pokemon.
Mm.
Choose between the moped or the dirt bike." But
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't. But that's hard too because then like you have to have one that does both, so you get like a dual sport.
Right.
Excellent. Yeah, I don't. We'll see about the new game, so that might answer all our questions. But Ben, are you going to go for a lowest common denominator situation?
I hope not. It's not at all based on the pun. So, I basically was. I mean, I really like the design of this Pokemon. It's really cute. It's got a cute little dinosaur face, and I love birds. So, like, this is like right up my alley. The thing that I was thinking about doing is that it's a hen, chicken-like Pokemon. And I was looking at it, and I feel like the thing that feels the most stone-like or like, fossil-like is probably its bones,
Right.
I guess that's true.
The rest of it looks very plump, very feathery, and very meaty. Not very meaty, but like there's some meat on those bones, So I was thinking that I was actually gonna kind of replicate a meal or dish that I had just last night.
Oh.
Got some Thai food, and one of the items was called an angel wing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this dish.
No.
Is it like a chicken wing?
So it's a chicken wing, but instead of the bones, like where you would have like the flat kind of like two leg bone kind of thing going on, the bones and joints and all that are taken out, and inside of the chicken is stuffed with a like mushroom, carrot, ground pork mixture. And then it's so it's stuffed in that, and then it's fried, and then you serve it with like a sweet and sour like sauce.
Oh,
So it's like
that sounds
a savory gusher.
You might say.
Savory. I mean, it is savory.
Uh-huh.
Gusher only in the
gushing.
sense that there is something inside of another thing.
Yeah, I would call a soup dumpling more of a savory gusher than this.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Ian, isn't all meat a savory gusher at some level? You bite into it and it like explodes in your mouth.
Mm,
all are gushers. I guess so. It's more of like a I don't know, like a calzone.
it's a little more similar to a calzone than it is to a savory gusher.
Okay.
So basically, I would compare it more to like an egg roll kind of thing, where you have this kind of like thick-ish like mixture that is like ground tepig or lechonk, perhaps, depending on your region.
Man, we're gonna fucking lean into Lechonk.
So hard. Yeah, Tepig yesterday.
Forget
Lechonk is
lean.
now.
Forget lean in feminism. We're talking about Lechonk in feminism. It's all about girl hogging now.
It's like another girl boss.
Yes.
I feel like lechonk is very girl boss for sure.
You think?
That pig could gaslight me all day.
Yes.
Here,
like-
this is the summer of girl hogging.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But basically, you're making like a mixture with the ground pork. You're marinating it with some soy sauce, oyster sauce, fish sauce, carrot, onion, like some garlic, and then those mushrooms as well. You could probably use like little Paris mushrooms
Nice.
for that. Which of course are going to be dried, and then you'll kind of rehydrate them, similar to like a shiitake mushroom.
Mhm.
But like that mixture is like cooked, kind of like stir fry style. But then once it's cooked, it's stuffed inside this chicken. The chicken is then fried. And then it has that kind of like crispy outside, kind of like an egg roll. Yeah. And then you like slice it in like in little chunks so that it's kind of shareable. So you end up with these little circular slices that have a full cross section of the pork mixture,
Got
the
it.
chicken on the outside, and the fried skin on the outside as
Ooh.
well.
Excellent.
So this isn't. I guess I was picturing having like the whole wings, but it's legit like just serving those small bites designed to be kind of like one bite, shareable.
Yeah, it's like I can send you a picture, but essentially, yeah, you're deboning the wings, you're stuffing it with something, and then you're kind of slicing it in these sort of, the best maybe visual I can give you is like, when you go to parties and they have those little like tortilla wraps, that
No,
then
the
get
pinwheels.
sliced. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of in that same sort of style where it's
Mhm.
like it's all stuffed and then it's chopped and then sliced and then kind of served right
Ooh, I
next
like
to each
that.
other.
Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, basically, what you're going to be doing is instead of making angel wings, you're going to be making Archen wings.
Nice.
There it is.
So
Maybe
what's this?
maybe Archen angel wings. Fuck.
Ooh,
Oh
like,
shit! I just thought of
whoa.
that.
This fucking dinner is Michael. Row your boat ashore for this dinner.
Exactly. And the best part about that is you're just gonna get rid of all the inedible parts of Archen, which is the stone fossil bones on the inside. Throw that shit out. Stuff it, fry it, serve it with some sweet and sour sauce, and oh boy, you got yourself a nice little Thai appetizer. Yeah, Ian.
What would you pair this with drink wise, and also what do you think? Like, maybe you can speak from experience here. What would you pair with it, entree wise?
Well, I think entree wise, like a nice like green curry with like some rice on the side. This is just like a perfect warm up to like a good fucking hearty warm spicy Thai curry meal.
Mhm.
Maybe with like some clauncher so that you have like your chicken and your meat kind of like taken care of, and then you have a little bit of seafood on the curry side.
Love that.
And then in terms of drinks, I'm glad you asked, because anytime I order Thai food, I can't not order a Thai tea. It's just
Thai
like
tea is good.
I know it's just
Yes.
if I do ever do, I always regret it. I mean,
Wait,
if I ever
you ever
don't,
don't,
order
you're
it.
like, so you
Yeah.
do it every time. You're like, God, I regret this.
Why
I
did I do
did.
this again?
So that's what I would pair it with, using some condensed milk cream on the top just to give it that creamy taste.
Very nice.
Excellent.
Well,
All right.
if you don't mind,
Yes, Evan,
might
go
I
ahead.
go next? Okay. So yeah, I was staring at the bird and I kept thinking, I don't know why, but I kept thinking like parrot and like a pirate's parrot, like a sitting on the shoulder of a pirate. And what also came to mind was Captain Crunch. That I went from parrot to pirate to Captain Crunch.
Okay.
Are you
And
going to
what
crunchatize us?
Yeah. I'm going to crunchatize this recipe because we're making fried Archen with Captain Crunch as the breading.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So this is like some down home cooking.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you're gonna get your nice Archen breasts and wings and all that good stuff. Because I was thinking, rock and steel, like what, it's crunchy. Maybe it's not rock. Maybe I'm presupposing it's part Captain Crunch already. Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be awfully
I mean-
hypocritical of you.
Well, okay. We got to prepare some food here. So what I'll be doing is, you get your nice slices of bird. You put that in a nice flour station first. You got to keep a dry hand, wet hand, right?
Mhm.
So your pieces in the flour, and then you grab with your wet hand and you put that into your egg wash deal. Kind of soak that in. Then you're gonna do Captain Crunch, all crushed up. And then you're going to do it a second time because I'm a fan of double breading my fried birds. So you're going to do that one more time. And then you're going to drop that into your little deep fryer or just a skillet with some veggie oil in there. Is what I usually like to go for. 5 to 7 minutes, golden brown. Mwah.
Mm.
Wow. Excellent. Do you like serve this with like a side of milk?
Oh man, this is. I would say dunk, but that would be awful.
That would be bad.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you could serve it with milk. You could go. Honestly, I've been drinking the cherry blossom LaCroix lately. I think would be really good with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a really interesting idea because, you see in recipes like cornflakes, for like a fried batter, kind
Yeah,
of
and
situation.
those
I've
work
never,
pretty well because they're usually like not super sweet, but like
yeah,
this would be a sweeter kind of fried chicken.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm curious to know what it would be like to use a different cereal for something like that.
Yeah.
Try with cinnamon toast crunch. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
There was a restaurant. My brother went to college in Fort Collins, Colorado, CSU,
Mhm.
and they had a breakfast themed restaurant there. I don't know if it's still there. I don't remember what it's called because this was like 8 years ago.
Mhm.
And you could get fried chicken with each but you could choose what cereal you want it fried in. So you could do cornflakes, you could do Fruit Loops, you could do like Fruity Pebbles,
Oh my
Cocoa
God.
Pebbles.
Whoa.
Like you could
Take me
choose
there.
what I don't know if it's still there. I also
Take
don't know
me
what I'm
there.
Ah! But that's the kind of situation I'm imagining for Evan's.
That sounds incredible.
Diner.
Yeah, this is going
Holy
right in that
shit.
restaurant. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
Can
really,
I
Yes,
Oh.
Ian.
no, you guys do your thing then.
I was just gonna say, I really like your choice of the Captain Crunch as the cereal because I feel like Arken's aesthetic is just so like the colors are very Captain Crunch. I just
Oh, I
like
thought you were gonna
can't
say
deny
it's ready to cut the roof of your mouth open.
It is.
Oh well.
I bet
I mean,
if you
there is
stuck it
that.
in your mouth, it would cut the roof of your mouth open.
Yeah.
I'd like to I got a little curious and did a little bit of investigating into the Captain Crunch lore.
Mm,
Hashtag
Oh.
lore.
I wondered if I could share some with you guys.
of
Go
course.
ahead. Yeah. What didn't he committed some sort of war crime, right?
He did.
Animated television commercials featured the adventures of Captain Crunch commanding the, quote, good ship, Guppy, on its sea voyages, accompanied by his
Good ship.
canine first mate, Sea Dog, and loyal crew of sailor children named Alfie, Brunhilde, Carlisle, and Dave.
This is
They really ran out of steam at the end
I
there.
know.
They're like, Alfie, yeah. Brunhilde, yeah, that's like very mythic. Carlisle, really, really kind of classing up the joint. Dave. And also get its ABCD.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Ben, not a fan.
Man.
Couldn't find a better name than Dave for D. What the fuck?
His main nemesis is Jean Lafoot,
Oh my god.
Because
the
you don't
barefoot
find,
pirate.
why is a foot the arch rival of a cereal mascot? Is it because you don't want feet in your mouth? What's going on?
On the contrary, Jeremy, isn't feet everyone's weakness?
I mean, if you're Quentin Tarantino, I get it.
He's like, oh, Captain Crunch, oui, I have you. Jean Lefoot, I have you now.
No, late
you
food,
can't,
Ben.
you can't not look away from my smelly feet.
Oh,
And then he's
me,
like,
I like this stinky cheese.
And Captain Crunch is like, all right, do you have an OnlyFans?
Why does he sound like Owen Wilson?
Wow.
According to the Wall Street
Franchise me.
Wall Street Journal says the character Horatio Magellan Crunch captains a ship called the Guppy and was born on Crunch Island, a magical island off the coast of Ohio. And
the great coast of Ohio. No, look, I get it. Ohio's on some Great Lakes, but you're not like the coast of Ohio.
the island is in the Sea of Milk. Okay.
Ugh. Gross.
And it has talking
Whatever.
trees, crazy creatures, and a mountain, Mount Crunchmore.
Yeah, you do.
Oh
my god.
Is Dave in, inscribed on Mount Crunchmore?
It's
Dave
their
was
heads.
here.
Yeah, it's Dave, Alfie, Broomhilda.
No, it's Alfie, Broomhilda, Carlisle, and Dave. Ben, how could you forget?
Oh right, ABCD. Yeah, how dare I do this out of order?
Yes.
It is fun to shit on Dave, but like Davy Jones is definitely like the joke they're going for, right?
Is it? Why didn't they fucking call him Davy then?
They should have gone with Davy.
Yeah.
You know,
Jeremy.
good old Dave Jones.
Yes.
Captain
Hello,
Crunch-
my name is David Jones, but you call me Mr. Jones for short.
They're not going to just hit you over the head with it, okay? They want you to think.
Yeah, they really want you to consider this.
Okay.
think
That's
Counting
all I-
Crows wrote a song about that.
That's
Wow.
really all I got for you, though there is a tremendous list of various Captain Crunch flavors they've come up with over the years.
Mm,
I'm not a big fan of Captain Crunch, I have to admit.
yeah.
I like the OG. I don't know. I don't venture into the like tricks mixtures,
Mm-hmm.
but
I
yeah.
like it as a taste. I don't know if it's worth the like what we were talking about.
The scar tissue?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Like I'm
yeah.
not that much of a masochist to like, really actually go through with eating a full bowl of Captain Crunch,
That-
but I like
that's
the
why-
idea of it.
Ben, do you
That's-
think? Do you?
yeah.
No, hold on. Evan, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
interruption.
no, you're fine. Go for it, Jeremy.
Okay, Ben, do you think Captain Crunch is Pinhead's favorite cereal because it's such a thin line between pleasure and pain?
Exactly. That's the kind of question that Captain Crunch is asking. Is like,
Yeah.
are you willing to like balance that thin line
Yes.
and eat this
Yeah.
bowl of cereal?
See, that's why my recipe, you crunch it up further to hopefully like minimize
Yeah.
the pain. Or
I
it's like
appreciate
1,000
that.
tiny paper cuts. Who knows?
Yes.
I just did need to clarify, Evan. Are you using original Captain Crunch or are you using Canuck Crunch, which was
Oh,
in Canada?
no, absolutely the OG.
Evan, are you
Another-
using Canuck Crunch or Oops All Berries?
Yeah.
Or oh yeah, I forgot about Neutron berries.
Was that a Jimmy Neutron collab?
Yeah.
Yes.
When he like eats someone, he's like, "Brain blast! I love cereal" or whatever.
Did Captain Crunch appear in Jimmy Neutron's weird 3D universe?
Oh,
my God.
wait. So Neutron Berry was like they made cereal pieces that looked like the neutrons in Jimmy Neutron's brain. Is that what that
Featured-
is?
Featured spherical crunchberry pieces shaped like Jimmy Neutron, Goddard, Cindy, and the
Oh.
Rocket.
I feel
So
like
they
Oh.
look,
all of
they
those were
look
just
like
blobs.
the characters.
I think all of them just turned out to be blobs as soon as you
Yes.
pour milk on it.
Yeah.
Released in
Why-
2001.
Also,
didn't they make
Jimmy
him look-
Neutron's head looks like someone took a poo on it. Like,
Yeah.
let's be serious here.
It looks like a poop emoji.
Yes, it does.
Like, why didn't they just use the little already like Captain Crunch looking berry bits that were in the Neutron?
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
You could have like painted a swirl on it, although I'm pretty sure swirl is like another flavor that already exists.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Excellent. Well, thank you for taking us on this voyage. Beforehand, I'm going to let the listeners in all secret. We don't have any mail this week, and we're like, how are we going to get to our normal runtime? And the answer is this bullshit. So,
Yeah.
You're welcome.
you fucking love it. Anyway, my recipe. So I was looking at Archen. I assume that's how it's pronounced. And I was like, what's its big deal? And its main deal is it's old. It's crusty. It's been around for a while. It is the first bird after all. And I thought to myself, what a wonderful world. But I also thought, how can I incorporate this mythology into my recipe? So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to make some dry aged barbecue chicken with this Archen, and we're going to call it dry Archen barbecue,
All
if
right.
you will.
Okay.
And so what conceptually what this is that it's basically taking like it's old, right? And we're going to dry age it. So it leans into the prehistoric. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. Into the prehistoric kind of concept. And I'm going to serve this at kind of like, maybe my barbecue restaurant has like a Caveman 3. It's called like Ugg and Glugs. And you go in there and you get like a big thing of meat and a big pitcher of beer that you drink at the same time. And so
you meet the professor lady from the new Pokemon game.
Fuck yeah, you do. She's really tall and muscly and steps on you. And so anyway, so what you do is you're gonna prepare your chicken by preparing a brine. So we're gonna have the brine, and it's gonna be salt water with leeks, lemons, and black pepper. And you're gonna put the whole chicken and submerge it in there for a couple of hours to make sure. You might want to turn it a couple of times, maybe lift up the skin a bit so it can get nice and under there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to dry age it. That means you're going to put it in a fridge, not a freezer, a fridge. and make sure it has good air circulation, because the biggest problem with contaminating food in that area is if it gets kind of stale. So it's just below is it 46 degrees where food can become contaminated? I don't remember the exact temperature, but it's basically like that's where your fridge is at. It's like at 42 degrees or something.
Okay.
And you're gonna put it in there, and you're gonna let it sit for up to a week to get it. And this will help when you prepare it as a barbecue to really have it melt in your mouth. And so you've got your chicken. You're like, oh, hot damn, that's looking good. So you're gonna start your barbecuing process. So you're gonna get your smoker ready, as you will need when you make barbecue, of course. And you're gonna put in various woods into your smoker. Maybe some hickory, maybe some the cherry wood. Those are popular smoking options. It's up to you, of course. And once you got that going and you have it smoked for a little while, you're gonna pull it out, pull it apart with your nice fork so it's nice and shredded. You can put it on a sandwich if you want. You can eat it straight. You have a variety of sauces in front of you. Squirt, squirt, squirt. Delicious. Here at Ugg and Glugs, our dry Archen barbecue chicken. It's gonna fill you the fuck up. That's my recipe. Yes, Ian.
Tangentially related, do you wish that like pickles and stuff were called wet aged?
Yeah, wet aged cucumbers.
Wet aged cucumber, yeah. While you were referring to this recipe as old, all I could think of is like M. Night Shyamalan has a show on Food Network, but it's just like dry aging things instead of people.
I mean, the beach that makes you old might be a useful way to quickly make pickled objects.
That's
Honestly,
true.
you're not wrong.
Yeah, you have someone run it out and leave it there for like 10 minutes, pull it back in, boom, you've got a fucking great pickle.
Well, we were talking about century egg.
Yes.
Instant.
Century pickle.
Yeah.
Leave it overnight.
Yeah.
Jeremy, what kind of sauce do you prefer?
I like kind of a tangy barbecue sauce, not quite spicy, but I don't really want it super sweet either. I want a little bite. I want a little something that kind of makes it distinct from the meat. So usually if there's an option for that says like sour or tangy, those are the ones that I go for.
All right.
How do you guys prefer your sauce?
I just had some barbecue pork this evening. And for me, it's all about the original Sweet Baby Ray's.
Oh.
Sweet Baby Ray's.
I like a good like vinegary, like spicy sauce. My barbecue.
I agree. I gotta have a little bit of kick.
Excellent. Well, that sounds good. Do you guys want to review our recipes?
What do we got, Jeremy?
Do it.
From Ian, we have Archen MREs. Did you have a special name for it?
Just a nice backcountry Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Archen Backcountry Thanksgiving. From Ben, we have Archen Wings, Thai Archen Wings. From Evan, we have Captain Crunch Archen. And from me, we have Dry Archened Barbecue. So everyone vote. And Ben, can you tell us who the winner Mon is?
I can, because that winner is me.
Whoa.
I got 2 votes. Ian got a vote, and Jeremy got a vote.
Nice.
Sorry, Evan.
Pretty
Sorry,
good.
Evan.
No, that's fine.
You had the best tangent. So.
They were good. They were all good recipes this week.
Well, we've got to put in some fucking thought here. That's all I'm saying.
Holy shit.
Jeremy's
saying we
like,
all-
I
but we
come
all-
onto your show.
No, we
Just
all
to
did
get
that.
insulted.
What I'm saying is we all did that, and we did. That's my point.
I'm with Evan's recipe. I'm more enticed to try it. I just don't know how it would go. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But the
To be fair,
idea of
I haven't tested this myself, so it could be awful. I don't know.
right. I mean, the concept entices me a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely find this at your next state fair for sure.
Yeah, it seems like that kind of thing. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. All right. Now, guys, I'm going to make a very exciting announcement. It's been years since
It's
we've
been
had...
more than 1 week.
I was
In
1
fact.
week.
Yeah. No, it's been, okay, let's not say years. Let's say slightly under a year. I don't actually remember. I would have to go back and check the archives. But we're bringing it
slightly
back.
over a year.
Slightly over a year. We're bringing it back. Let me just put it this way. We used to have sponsorship. We used to be a country. And by that, we used to have sponsorships on this show. And they're finally fucking coming back. There's a new Pokemon game on the horizon, and they've decided to finally bring back to I Choose You, Polkadala Holla, the sponsorship segment. And are you guys ready for this week's sponsor?
Boy,
Yeah.
am I.
Can't fucking wait. So let's throw it to you. Wow,
And that bit
what
is
a
going
great...
to go. That bit's going to go before, in between the two recipes, as Ian was saying.
No, it's going to go right there.
Edward Choosemans. That was
Yes.
pretty good. Whoever.
I mean, we're going to keep normal recording. I'm going to put another marker so Ben can cut this out.
I ain't marking shit.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Thank you so much to our sponsors this week. It was great hearing from you. All right. Time to move on to the next segment of the show. If we had it, it's called Whale Lord's Mail Horde. It's where you send in your recipes to ichoosepod@gmail.com. That's ICHEWSPOD@gmail.com. And you know what, fucking guys? We don't have any recipes this week. We don't have any on the email. We don't have any on Twitter. And we don't have any on the Discord. Now, I will cut the Choosies some slack this week because our last episode did come out only 4 days ago. And sometimes they usually put it in like an hour before we start recording normally.
That's 72 whole hours to give us content.
Yes.
I'm not cutting the fans shit. Listen, listeners.
Okay, hold on. This is solely Ian's opinion, not mine.
I think I speak for everyone at I Choose
no.
You Productions when I say, you guys gotta, come on. Why aren't you writing in? Why aren't you leaving us 5-star reviews? Why aren't you mailing us like flowers and like death threats and stuff? Okay?
And death threats.
I'm not feeling the love. Okay, this is a show for the fans, and I'm feeling like we only got critics listening. You know what I'm saying?
It is interesting though, because there is a Discord that
the Discord's
Ian,
fucking popping off.
Yeah, Ian refuses to be a part of.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just
and
don't
I
know how
feel
it
like I
works.
was saying last week, that is where a majority of fan discourse like happens.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Call me
I will
old
say,
fashioned.
guys, you should join the Discord. We have a Lechonk emote.
Call me old fashioned. I like to boot up my Windows 95, go to my email, go to my AOL.
You're like
And-
Strong Bad from
Yeah.
Homestar Runner.
Exactly. And I get to see what the good people of Chooseville have to say.
Yeah, remember?
And you know what they're saying? They're saying Yahoo Yoris.
You remember 2 years ago when Ian's world was flipped around when he saw people use like colored text in emails?
Oh, yeah.
Give us another magical moment like that.
What else would blow Ian's mind? Ian, how did you feel the first time you like typed congrats into your text message and it put a bunch of balloons up?
I threw my phone at the wall. I was like, what?
It's
What kind of wizardry is this?
It's like the train coming at people in the first movie.
I shit my pants. I shit my pants.
Yeah. But if you have it again, let's send in some recipes this week. You can send them some Archen recipes. We didn't get any. We'd take them. So that's
We are approaching a season finale, which
are.
It is the elephant in the room here that no one wants to talk about. We are.
Is it the
quickly
elephant in the room?
Ooh.
Oh.
We've got some pretty hefty seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, baby.
Level
Someone
with
asked
me.
me recently if the show will ever end, and they're like, they're putting out new fucking Pokemon generations every other year. This show's gonna go on fucking forever. We're riding this gravy train till we fucking die.
I need to know, when is this season over?
When can I stop?
Well, I mean, traditionally we do 30 episode seasons, so
we're at, like,
episode 160 would be the finale.
How did we got up? Because we were doing 30 episode seasons. So
Well, because we did a special. Okay, this is for listeners. We did a special 10 episode run between episodes 90 and 99,
Right.
where we revisited some hot Pokemon that we didn't cover before.
Which is actually the last time that we had sponsors.
Yeah.
Wow, it's full circle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting. Well, that was a year ago. Anyway. Excellent. Well, again, send in your recipes. I want to hear them. They're always great. Sometimes we get weird esoteric stories about how, like, the Pokemon eat you, like some kind of, Cthulhu, Lovecraft, yada yada, whatever. I love that. So send them.
Sometimes it's just a good pun too.
Yeah.
Which is great.
We love
Or
a
a
good
joke. or someone tells us a fun fact about something.
Or the
About
cod.
something in Australia or New Zealand.
Bring the. We haven't had a cod past in forever.
Oh, bring it back. Bring it back.
God, I need it back. All right. But barring that, let's pick next week's Pokemon. Evan, can you randomly generate a number between 494 and 649?
Yes, that number is 586.
586. There's no pictures, so I hope I recognize what this one is immediately. It is Deerling,
Nice.
which I assume is a
Yeah.
deer.
That's a good
Yes. A small deer.
Small deer.
one. Hey, we're all about small things.
True.
Ruther.
Bruiser.
So-
Do you feel like, oh, this one's cute? Are we?
Yeah,
We're gonna feel
it's-
bad eating one.
Oh, we're so
No.
I'm so ready.
This is gonna really haunt our conscience. Do you guys like that the Pokemon Company know that people say the word small?
I like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, all the listeners out there, send in your deerling recipes to ichoosepod@gmail.com. All right, plugs. Plug your shit. Tell us about it.
I'm part of a wildly successful folk punk band called Zoltan and the Fortune Tellers, and I'm proud to say two of our albums that have been out for years, so long I'm not even on it,
Wow.
is on Spotify for your enjoyment. Please go to spotify.com forward slash
www.spotify.com.
Christ.
Look up Zoltan, Zoltan, and the Fortune Tellers. That is the guy's real name. And we got songs about cheese. We got songs about lemurs. We got songs about pecans and bologna. Check out the stuff. It's really fun.
Really
New
music for the
album.
people.
Yeah, you're really selling all the food-based songs.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a reason I was hired for this podcast. Okay, I had the expertise.
Yes.
Getting paid the big bucks.
Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson, when you wrote, is like, would you like to choose the I Choose You initiative? You said yes.
I said yes, and you should say yes to Zoltan and the Fortune Tellers on
Nice.
Spotify.
Nice.
Excellent. Ben, you got anything?
I would say you can follow me on Twitter at Ben C. Montoya. And I would additionally say, because I plugged it right before this show, you should listen to this podcast called Who Killed Avril Lavigne. It's a great fiction, comedy, musical podcast about pop punk, time traveling, aliens. It's just a great time all around. So yeah, go listen to it. I enjoyed it immensely.
Ben's Twitter is filled with pictures of his cat. So,
Always a good time.
Ben, your cat is very cute. You got a top tier cat.
Oh yeah.
To your cat. You can
Evan,
follow me on Twitter, _Van Aubrey.
You were tweeting about
I was
Apple.
live tweeting a lot of things today. I love how Mr. Craig Federighi has become a giant meme.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the chief engineering officer at Apple who presents
okay.
all the fun things, and he was wearing a good tracksuit earlier. It was a good
okay.
time. Yeah.
Nice.
Excellent. Follow me on Twitter at VelocityPrime1. I haven't been hiking recently because all the hiking places nearby are closed due to fires, and it makes me sad. But you can see pictures of stuff I do, and probably the Daily Heathcliff as well, and other fun stuff I'm working on, including writing at the-avocado.org. That's the-avocado.org. Write about movies, video games, and TV shows there. So check it out at the-avocado.org. All right. I think that covers it. So this has been I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. You can find our show on your favorite podcasting apps, including Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. If you like our show, make sure to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to help us go up the ranks. If you want more I Choose You goodness, may I suggest our social media pages. I Choose Pot on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You'll find funny stuff and be able to submit recipes there. Hang out with the I Choose You to hang out with the I Choose You community in the community Discord. The I Choose You Discord has a lot of people going in there saying weird things. We have a Lechonk emoji. It's very fun. Most of the general page is just a Lechonk emoji at the moment. It's very fun. So check that out. The I Choose You Discord link is in the episode description and on our social media pages. Lastly, but not leastly, check out the official website, ichooseyou.menu. ichooseyou.menu has a full episode archive and a merch store, all designed by one Evan Aubrey. It's really beautiful stuff. ichooseyou.menu. I think that covers everything. So for the show, I've been your host and Alton Brown of the group, Jeremy Zielik.
I've been your friend on the show, Dank Moon 69420 IPA, aka Bed Montoya.
You better fucking make that your username now.
Been Ian Davis, the Bear Grylls of the show.
And I've been your Evan Aubrey.
And to all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
It's always hard when the recipe's new.
Make a presupposition or just make a stew.
But there's no month that we can't cook. So turn up the volume, put down that book.
It's season 5.
Let the pan sage roast.
Keep the Nilux alive.
Make some tepid toast.
So crack a cold one, now's the time.
We're cooking Pokemon and making rhymes. We're not always right or wrong, but you'll probably have some fun. It's win or lose based on the jokes you choose. The winners within. It's a podcast called I Choose You. Ben, Evan, Jeremy, and Ian too. Let the cooking begin.